Okay, so I have a sort of idea where I would like today to go, but I just want to kind of work with everybody in the room and we can kind of collaborate and make a journey for ourselves. But the main premise will be how to make really fun prenatal friendly classes without the use of a prop that don't need to necessarily be prenatal. Like we can do them with everybody. Sound good? As always, if there's anything I need to know about your bodies, please pop it into the chat to a DM to me so I know what we're working with and if you are good to go. Can you find yourself seated on your mat? And let's start with a comfortable, actually I'll get you sitting at the top if that's okay. And just find something that's comfortable to do with your body. For me today, it's going to be cross-legged, but yours could be something else. Just start with a little twist of your t-shirt. So place one hand behind you, reach one arm to the wall in front of you, and then twist your t-shirt. Lovely, come back through the middle. Again, one hand goes behind, one hand goes in front, and then you move from the logo of your t-shirt, spinning it out to the side. A few more, reach and twist. Reach and twist. For this morning, I would really enjoy if you would experiment what this backhand can do to the shape. So if you actually push it down into the mat and try and straighten it, you can almost wring your body out a little more and get a bit deeper into that twist. Lovely. Keep moving from side to side. Let's go for another 3. Looking good. Starting to wake up those spines. Fantastic. Okay, let's take the movement forward and backwards now. So plant the hands to the mat behind you. Look up, push the front of your t-shirt to the sky, create a little baby back bend. And then sort of bunny hop your fingers over your legs to the mat in front of you. Look underneath and push the back of your t-shirt to the sky. Bunny hop those hands to the mat behind you. Look up, reach up, create a little back bend. Bunny hop the hands to the mat in front, look under and round through your t-shirt like you're creating the biggest tortoise shell that you can. Do a few more. Yes, look at the lifts of those t-shirts. Nice, everybody. For the last few here, can you actually take your time at the end of both of those shapes? So look up, lift up, see what pushing the hands down harder does to the shape. And then swing it up and over again, round, look under, try and feel the back of your t-shirt and then try and feel it a little more. Last one, go for it. Oh, should have just heard my back crack. Next time you come forward, can you just stay there for me? I'm going to ask that we release the legs. So I'm going to take mine out to a straddle. You do something that's comfortable for you, but ideally enough so if we were pregnant and to reach forward, you would have space for your belly. Great. Just like we did in our seated variation, we're going to have one hand to the mat, but this time it's going to be the front hand. And then we're going to twist to the back of the room. Come through the middle and again change. One hand to the front of you on the mat, reach the back hand behind this time. Everything else is the same, wringing out the t-shirt. Hand to the front, twist and reach. Great, keep going. Amazing. So if you'd like, I'd love you to bring more intention to the backhand. So really plant that hand to the mat in front of you. Don't just reach to the wall behind you. Actually reach those fingers like you're trying to touch the wall and maybe see if your palm can start to come up towards the ceiling. Lovely. Again, plant the hand firmly to the mat behind you. Use it to twist and then reach like you're trying to touch that wall, palm to ceiling. 2 more. Lovely. You can stay exactly as you are in this forward variation, or we take it towards our saw. So this front hand's now reaching towards your foot, palm to sky, twist. Come through the center and again, reach towards your foot. Back hand does exactly the same thing. Fingers reach to the wall behind you, palm to sky. I invite you to play around with depth here. How far can you actually reach that hand towards your foot? How high can you get the palm to the ceiling? Beautiful. And then if it's there for you and you wanted to create a little bit of a dynamic movement, you could always pulse. 3, 2, 1, sit tall. Reach, pulse, 3, 2, 1. 2 more, please. Awesome. Last one. When you finish, you can sit tall and start to slide the feet in towards you. So the legs are still wide, but the knees are bent. I'm going to ask that we take the hands to the back of the head, elbows wide, think neck pull. And then simply try and draw elbow towards opposite knee. Sit tall, grow tall, reach up in the middle. And then it's a little bend and fold to get elbow towards knee. Beautiful. Experiment what you need to do here. Do the legs need to be a little wider? Do they need to be a little bit of narrower for you to feel most comfortable in this shape? All right, stay exactly as you are, but there looks like some who would need a little more. So can you start to pick the knee up and elbow to the outside of the knee? Come back to the middle. Elbow up, knee up, elbow to opposite side of your knee. And go again. Together we've got 6, whichever option you're choosing. Great. There's a little bit of a balance in the middle. I love it. Last 2. Last 1. Nice. We've still got our same little bent leg position. I'm just going to simply ask that you place the hands behind you, fingers pointing to the wall behind, and then bring those feet together. So nothing else changes. The shape's the same. It's just your pants are now touching. Can you pick your waistband up into a reverse tabletop and then sit yourself back down? Pick yourself up, lower yourself to the mat. If you need to do something here to make it a little bit more comfortable, say walk the hands further back or walk them wider, you so can. That's looking really good. If it's there for you, think about lifting the waistband higher and maybe the eye gaze starts to go behind you. We've got 4. Ooh. That's it. Last 2. Last 1. Come down. Give yourself a little shake and turn those fingertips towards you now. Can you start to lower your elbows down towards the mat and pick your elbows up again? Again, settle into the shape. Do whatever you need to do. Some people quite find it nicer to turn the fingers out a little, so you do you. I like mine towards my bum. And then I'm going to ask if you can try and get yourself so much so down that you're on your forearms and then you pick yourself back up. What do we need to do to get down there and then pick ourselves all the way up? Nice. I know, we're not going to do it for too much longer. If it's there for you, as you lower down, reach one leg to the wall in front of you. As you lift up, pull knee to shoulder so it's a wide shape. Lower down, point your toes to the wall in front of you. Pick yourself up, pull your knee in towards your t-shirt. Down and reach, up and in for 6. Awesome. Last 3. Next time you come down, stay down. Elbows down, legs long. We're just going to switch. And switch. And switch. Beautiful. This might be your happy place, in which case stay. Otherwise, can you start it so both legs are no longer touching the mat anymore? You've still got one bent and one straight, but there's a constant little float of the socks away from the mat. That's looking great. See if you can slow it down just a little bit more for me. And the attention is on the long leg getting lower to the floor. For 7, 6. Can you reach through those toes a little bit more? Really get that leg as long as you can. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Can you take one bent leg to the floor? And then it's a bend and straighten. Great. Now, ideally you're on the side that you haven't done with that little lift and lower thing before. If you're on the same side, just quickly swap it over. Everyone's like, I can't remember what side I was on. Leg long, pause. Push up, pull your knee towards your t-shirt. Lower down, leg goes long. Push up, knee to t-shirt. Every week I say it and I really need to turn my heating off and I never do. So let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, come down, stay down, both knees in, both legs long. Now, if this isn't for you today, you've always got that single leg option that we just came from. But if you'd like to give it a go, knees in and then reach out to whatever height works for you today. If you've got that belly, you might want to take the knees wide as they come in towards your t-shirt and then try and squeeze them together as they go long. So it becomes a little bit like a frog press from the reformer. Together we've got 6, 5. All of those points stay the same. Reach the toes, get the legs as long and as low as you can today. 3, 2, 1. Bend those knees, rest down at the bottom, and then can we just simply slide off to our side? Hey, yeah, look where we are, side lying. What is a prenatal class without some side lying legs, huh? Let's move in towards a clam, please. So pick that top knee up and then lower that top knee down. Awesome. So there's a few options that you can give people here. This is my go-to because this feels comfortable in my body, but other people prefer to be lying down flat. And then there's some that like to have their head propped up on something. So if you had a little Pilates ball or something, you could always offer that. A little towel, anything at all. This top arm can rest down on the mat. It can come behind your head. Or some people like to reach it up towards the ceiling. Whichever option you've chosen, let's stay for 4, 3, 2. Keep everything the same, but start to float those feet. So it's still top knee to the ceiling, top knee down. But this time, instead of your socks resting on the mat, they're floating in space. Lovely. If you're looking for a little more work in this shape, I'd love you to think about that top butt cheek and see if you can roll it towards the screen a little bit more. Lovely. Okay, I'm going to start to get a bit particular here. With your toes floating, feet floating, can you try and get the toes to touch? So then as we add on, we're going to lift up, kick towards the screen, toes tap, lower down. Lift up, reach long, toes tap, lower. For 6. Oh, I should put my hand back up, shouldn't I? For 3, 2, it's just that kick now. Let's go. Reach and tap. 10. If you'd like to go back to what we were doing before, you certainly can. Know that we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your clam. Give yourself a little moment here. And then can you slide that bottom leg long? Top leg is bent on the mat. We're just going to pick it up and drop it down, please. Again, top hand can be doing whatever you'd like here. You could even start to add in a little reach. So as the leg comes up, the hand reaches overhead and then it comes down by your pocket as you lower. Just simply creating a little bit of opportunity for movement in the top half of the body, while the bottom half's starting to get a bit spicy. Essentially, as you're moving the arm as well, you're creating a longer hold at the top with that leg than they might be doing if they were just lifting and lowering that leg. Awesome. Now, can you find the highest shape you can with that bottom leg and then start to add in a circle? So up, trace your circle, drop it down. Lift up, trace your circle, drop it down. Awesome. It's becoming a pat your head and rub your tummy situation, isn't it? I'm having trouble drawing that circle. There's so many other things going on. All right, we've got 6. When we've finished these next 3, I'm going to ask that you hold that long leg up and just pulse it to the ceiling. Let's go. Up and lift, lift. Try and get it a little bit higher with each pulse if you can. For 8, 7, keep reaching through those toes. You're trying to touch the wall in front of you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Ooh, can you bend both of those knees for me once again? I'm going to ask that we push up into kind of like a little mermaid side position. What's it called again? I don't know. Okay, side bend prep, please. Pick your waistband up, reach the top hand overhead, and then just retrace your steps all the way to the bottom. Come up, come down. Great. If you'd like to adjust the knees further in line with your body, you can. But I just want to see if you can pick yourself up as high as you possibly can, create the biggest banana shape through your side body, and then let yourself come all the way down to rest. If you'd like a little more, instead of actually resting on the mat now, can it become a little tap and then a sweep? Tap and sweep for 4. Great. Next time we come up, I'm going to ask, can you see if you can get that top leg long as you come up, and then pull it back in as you come down. Sweep it long, tuck it in. Of course, if that doesn't feel good in your body, you could always stay with both knees down. But it looks like we're all doing it. As the leg comes long now, push it down into the mat so you can really lift up higher, and then tap. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's come back to our side saddle position. I'd just like to give ourselves a little break off that wrist. Top leg goes long. And just pick it up and tap it down, please. Awesome. So there are considerations when working with prenatal groups in this position, in that it simply might not be comfortable to be in this little side saddle. So you could always offer them the option to come down onto their forearm again. But if you can today, I'd love you to experiment with what do you need to do to make this shape happen. 3, 2, pick it up and bend it in towards you, please. Kick it long, tap it down. Pick it up, bend it in, reach it long, tap it down. Great. So there's a little theme I'm trying to create here, which is when we were doing our single leg stretch in propped elbows before, we were bringing the knee in, but we were bringing it to our shoulder. So essentially we're just trying to repeat that same lot of cues and that same sensation. If it's there for you, leg goes long, leg comes in, we're no longer tapping to the ground. If you'd like to keep lifting and lowering from the ground, go for gold. For 4, 3, 2, pick it up. Can you sweep it forward? Can you sweep it back? Sweep it forward. Oof. Sweep it back. Why did I do this? No, we're fine. We've got this. See how high you can actually get that leg and how far forward you can sweep it. If you'd like to move your t-shirt with your leg, you certainly can. So you create a little arch as it comes forward and a little back bend as you go back. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. When the leg is in line with your body again, simply place it down to the mat. If you've come onto that forearm, could you come back onto your hand for me, pretty please, for our final lot of side bend. So push that down hard to pick your waistband up and then tap the mat if it's there for you. If you'd like a little rest, of course you can. This might be your layer of choice today, in which case stay. Otherwise, as the arm lifts up and reaches over, your leg also lifts up. Everything taps down. Reach up, lift up, tap down for 5. Yeah, nice. See how much space you can actually take up at the top of that shape. Like, oh, reach to both sides of the wall for 3, 2. Can you hold at the top, please? Last little bit of work here. We're just going to pulse that leg to the sky. Awesome. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down we come. I've got nothing left in me. No. Let's finish into a little mermaid, please. So hand that's on the mat is going to slide away from you. Reach up and over. Come back through the middle. Reach towards your socks and then create your side bend on the other side. Hand to the mat, slide it away from you. Try and find that intention from the reformer of fingertips towards one another. And then reach for your socks. Find your opposite side bend. This might be your shape of choice today, in which case stay. If you'd like to go for something a little more, you could always reach that top leg long. So now you're kind of coming into a little forward fold as you reach towards your socks. And then maybe you might even start to lift up the waistband as you reach that hand away from you. So all of the actions are the same. We're just creating longer levers and deeper shapes. So we're still sliding and creating our side bend, but we're just picking up our bum. Let's go for 3. Nice. Last one, reach towards your socks and stay there. This bottom knee is kind of tucked underneath you now. I'd just like you to kick it long. So we're starting in a straddle, just like we did before for our saw, except this time I'd like to take it to a spine stretch, please. So hands to the mat in front of you between your legs. Just slide them away from you as much as you feel comfortable, and then slide them back towards your leggings again. Go. Reach out. Take the fingers as far away from you as you can, and then slide back in towards your pants. Awesome. If you'd like to go a little further today, pull those toes of your feet back towards you. And then see if you can actually get the crown of your head to the mat as your fingers slide away. Crown of the head to the sky as the fingers come in. Crown of the head to the mat as the fingers slide away. Awesome, team. Just as we did at the start of class, if you'd like something a little more dynamic, you could always add that pulse. So start to reach forward for 3, 2, 1. Slide your fingertips back towards you, crown of the head to the sky. Slide away, pulse, 3, 2, 1. And then bring it in. Looking great. Let's go for another 3. Last 2. There's some awesome spine stretches. Well done. Last one, come back to the middle. Lovely. So from the start of class, we came into a reverse tabletop. So knees bent, peeling our waistband up. Please know that you can do that again, or if you'd like to experiment with long legs, let's do that. So slide your feet towards one another, the legs are out long. Place your hands on the ground behind you, fingertips facing to the wall that's furthest away. And then it's exactly the same. Pick your waistband up towards the ceiling, push your feet firmly into the mat, and then tap your bottom back down. Great, do it again. Push up, peel up, get high, and then tap yourself back down. Great, let's keep moving through that. Option always to bend the knees if you would like. Yes. I love that people are tipping their head back already. Go for it. So it's almost like you're that beautiful mermaid thing on the front of a sea ship. Love how everybody knew what that was. They were like, yeah, I can do that. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Awesome. Come on down. I'd like us to find ourselves on our second side of side lying. So what I'm going to do is place my left hand down to the mat, right hand down to the mat, and then try and move myself as one unit to come down. Microphone's in the way. Again, find that really comfy position with the bottom hand and knees are bent. Pick your top knee up, drop your top knee down. Again, settle into what that top hand's doing. Is it to the sky? Is it to the mat? Is it behind your head? We've been here before, so let's go a little deeper with what we can actually offer our clients in terms of how high can you actually get that knee towards the ceiling and how slow can you lower the knees back down towards one another. Yeah, beautiful, really nice shapes. Can you try and get the toe thing sorted out straight away? So instead of waiting till the feet are lifted, our big toes are already squeezing towards one another and our heels are slightly apart. That's it. And then that top butt cheek or that top jean pocket if you were doing Pilates in your jeans, roll it towards the screen, towards me a little bit more. Perfect. 3, 2. Can you pick your socks up and do everything else the same? So nice high lift of the knee, slow lower down, little roll forward of your waistband. If you'd like to go a little further, the knees actually don't touch anymore. It's just a close and an open without that opportunity for rest in the middle. Last 3, 2. Add your kick, so knee up, pause, kick the leg long, tap the toes, close your clam. Pick it up, kick it out, tap it in, lower it down, oof, up, out, in, and lower. For the last 4, really pick up those feet, get them hovering high above your mat. Stay as you are, or it's just that kick now. Out long, toes tap, out, tap, 8. Yes, beautiful. See if you can point those toes of the moving leg now. So point in front, tap them together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way down. Let's reach that bottom leg long and away from you. Bend that top knee and just let it rest on the mat. It's just a pick up and a tap down from there, please. Working for height more than anything else in this shape. So I'm trying to pick up that bottom leg as high as I can, higher than my waistband if it's there, and then tapping it all the way down to the mat. If you did so on the other side, let's start to add in the arms straight away. So maybe it reaches overhead as the leg floats, and then it comes down to your hip pocket as it lowers. Reach up, come down. Nice. Whew. Again, if you can find that reach through your fingertips and reach through your toes at the top of the shape, so you're really almost like someone's pulling at either end of your body. That's it. Awesome. Start to add in your circle as soon as you're ready. So you lift up and reach, draw a circle, come down. Lift up and reach, draw a circle and come down. Can I tell you, you all look so glamorous on the screen doing this. Very indulgent shape. For 4, 3, 2. We're going to pulse now. So lift up, reach up, stay up. Lift that leg higher and higher to the sky. Great. Keep lifting up to the ceiling, but keep reaching long to the wall. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Bring it down, stack those knees for me, pretty please. And then it's our little push up into our side saddle position. So hand down onto the mat. Slide your knees in line with the top of the mat if you did so last time, and then pick yourself up for your side bend prep. Sit yourself down, take a little moment to adjust. Pick yourself up, the biggest side bend that you can, and then tap yourself down. Yeah, awesome. Beautiful banana shapes, well done. If it's there for you, can you just make it a tap now? So you reach up and over, create the biggest bend you can, and then you just tap yourself to the mat. Pick it up, reach it up, lift, and tap. Yeah, that's it, awesome. Of course, if you want to keep resting in between, you do you. Go for gold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you start to add in that top leg? Tap it to the mat. Come on down. We're almost finished here. Reach up, lift up, reach that leg long, and then sit it down. 4, 6. Find a little more press down into the mat as you get long. So that's the hand and the foot. Yeah, nice. 2. Last 1. And sit down. Again, there's always the option for the forearm if you wish. Otherwise, you're just going to reach that top leg long, pick it up, tap it down. So I actually like to create like this very weird shape with my body in this exercise, where I'm kind of leaning over towards my hand on the mat, but I'm also trying to sweep my bum forward. Yeah, it's a bit awkward. Great. See if it's just like a very small tap on the mat now as opposed to an actual rest. Beautiful. 2. We're going to start to add our bend. So lift the leg, bend knee to shoulder, reach the leg long, tap it down. Lift it up, bend it in, kick it out, tap it down. Great. So as you bend the knee in now, you might realize that your waistband kind of sinks back a little bit. It's almost like you're envisioning that you're in a seated pike. That's so fine. It creates space for you to find some movement. Lovely. If you'd like to take the tap out now, know that you can. So it's just a reach of that leg long and then a pull in towards you. Kick out, pull in for 6. Keep the intention of that top leg if you can. So it's a slow push away from you and then a tight pull in for 3. Nice. 2. Keep the leg long. We're almost finished here. Sweep it forward. Pull it back. Sweep it forward. Pull it back. Find the height first And then let the t-shirt freely move with you. So start to find that rounding, that pike shape I was talking about with the knee earlier. And then that little back bend as the leg sweeps back. Round and arch for 3, for 2, for 1, and let it go. Rest that top leg long on the mat, please. If you're on your forearm, come back up into that hand for me for finishing our side bend work. So pick your waistband up, press that top leg into the mat to make the most space you can, and then rest yourself down. Pick it up, rest it down. Awesome. If you would like now, it's a little tap and a lift, so you no longer have that moment of break. And if you're looking for a little more, lift the hand, lift the leg, lower the hand, lower the leg. Great. Whatever variation you're playing with, keep finding as much lift and bend as you can, and then release for 5. Nice. 3, 2, coming up, and just that top leg if you can. Reach the arm overhead, kick that leg to the ceiling. 8, 7, make it as big as you can. Up high, high, high. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit yourself down. Find your mermaid for the last time today, please. So hand on the mat is going to slide away, create your side bend. Pick yourself up, then reach for your socks and side bend in the opposite direction. Hand to the mat, slide it away from you, reach away. Bring it in and change sides. Last one here before we add on. So slide away, try and get those fingertips towards one another. And then as you sit tall this time, if you did so last time, reach that top leg long. You're still reaching towards your socks, but it's kind of more of a forward fold shape now. Hand to the mat slides away from you. Find your side bend. Maybe your waistband picks up to make the shape bigger. And then sit yourself down. Reach towards your socks. Encourage you to explore this shape, see how good you can make it feel in your body. If there's something that's not working for you, I empower you to change it to make it work. We've got 2 more, pretty please. Wonderful. And after your last one, let's sit down on the mat. Can you bring both of those knees in towards one another, hands down onto the mat, and we're going to swing over into a 4-point kneel. I'd love you to take a cat-cow from here and really explore how juicy you can make it. So how high can you peel yourself up towards the ceiling? And then how relaxed through the front of the t-shirt can you get and peel that eye gaze up to the sky? Again, find a little pause, just like we did at the start of class, at either end of your shape. Awesome. If you'd like to make it a little bigger, you can always rock back towards your heels as you round through your t-shirt. And then bring your waistband forward as you look up to the sky. Round, look under, push the weight back towards your bottom. Let the front of your t-shirt dip down to the mat, eye gaze to the sky. Whichever variation you're choosing, can we go for another 5? Again, in that child's pose, some people like to cue to take the knees wide to create space for your belly. I generally leave it out because I feel like if people have a belly, they're just going to naturally make space for it. Like they're not going to do something that doesn't fit. Last 2. Last one. Let's meet back in our 4-point kneel shape. So in the middle of those two. Take your hand that's closest to the screen, please. Take the fingertips to the top of your mat and then slide the opposite leg, so the foot furthest from the screen, out long as well. Slide both back in underneath you and then do it on the other side. Hand furthest from the screen, fingertips slide along the mat as far as they can go, and then you slide the toes out behind you, and then together you pull everything back in. So it's the same cues as our spine stretch. You're going to slide those fingers out as far as they'll possibly go. Leg follows, and then both in. Reach, and in for 3. Awesome. Last 2. Next time you reach out long, can you stay there for me? You're going to pick both of them up towards the ceiling, tap both of them down, slide into the middle and repeat on the other side. Slide them away from you, pause, pick them up towards the ceiling, tap them back down to the mat, and then slide them to their start position. Go again. Slide, lift, lower, return. Beautiful. Next time you come in towards the middle, can you stay? Hand closest to the screen, leg furthest from the screen, reach away. You're going to pick them up towards the ceiling, please. But this time, instead of coming in towards the mat, can you think about sweeping them towards one another? Reach them away, tap them down. Let's go to the other side. Hand furthest from the screen, leg closest to the screen. Pick them up, and this time you think about drawing them towards one another. Reaching away, tap down, and repeat. So slide, lift, knee to elbow, lift, tap down, slide to your start position. Awesome. Fantastic. I adore that you're all adding in that cat-cow movements as well, because that's where we're going. So slide. As you lift up now, look up, thumb and toes to ceiling. As you bring them towards one another, round through the back of your t-shirt, take your eye gaze underneath you. Reach, lift, look up, and then tap down to your start position. We've got 5 more. Slide, lift, look up, round, look under, lift, look up, tap, and repeat. Beautiful shapes, nice. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Come down into your 4 points, so everything is resting on the mat for me, pretty please. Come all the way down onto your forearms through your upper body, so we're getting off those wrists for a moment. Leg closest to the screen, please. Can you pick it up out to the side like a dog peeing on a tree? Can you slide it underneath, but don't let it touch the mat? Pick it up out to the side. Slide it underneath, don't let it touch the mat. Great. This is our new movement pattern. And what I would love you to explore here is how high can you actually get that knee out to the side? And then how slow can you bring it back underneath you? How high can you get it? How slow can you lower? Awesome. As we continue with this for another 8, the hands and the remaining knee that are on the mat, can you push them down even harder? Wonderful. Last 3. Last 2. Next time you pick that knee up, I'm going to ask that you hold it there. You're going to kick the toes towards the screen, bend the knee. Great. Kick, and bend. If this is not for you, keep with that lift and lower of the knee. Together we've got 6. Oh, my knee's dropping. I can't hold it any higher. You can do it. Get it higher. Kick that leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, lower it down, sit back into your child's pose. It's the moment Hailey died on screen. Give yourself a little wiggle, a little shake from side to side. Bring yourself back onto your forearms, knees underneath you. Let's get ready for the other side. So it's a pick up of the leg furthest away from the camera and then tap it down. Pick the knee up, tap it down. Lovely. So we've done one side. We know this is a short, snappy sequence, so I would love you to give it everything you can. Beautiful. So trying to pick that knee up higher than your bum. And then can you try and shift a little bit more weight over to that side, so the side that's lifting? Yes, that's it. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, you know where we're going. Pick it up, hold it up. Kick it long out to the sides of the room. Rebend. Kick, rebend. Reset, guys. You know this is the last 10 seconds. Pick that knee up higher. Kick the leg long and in. Yes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Some people will just get me in that child's pose. Awesome. Give yourself a little moment. Reach those fingers further and further away from you down that mat. Final time, can you come back into your 4-point kneeling, but this time I'd love your hands to be on the mat, knees on the mat. We are going to add on to that cat-cow series only if you would like. So let's refresh. Our options were to slide away from us, lift up, look up, round, look down, reach and tap, swapping sides each time. If you wanted to go further, please pick a side, any side, and stay there. Lift up, look up, round, look down. Lift up, look up, round, look down. You've got 10 on this side, and then we're going to change to the other side. This is our final movement of class, so can you make it the biggest, roundest shape at the bottom you can, and then take up as much space at the top as you can? Yeah, awesome. Last 3, 2, hold it out, reach out, look up, little pulses to the sky. Let's go, pick it up. 10, 9, 8. Can you make it a little bit bigger? Look up higher. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Tap it down, go straight to the other side. You have got this. We are done after this. Reach out, look up, get high, round, look in the middle, get really small. Take up all of the space, make it the biggest back bend that you've got in you, and then get really, really small and tight in the middle. Yeah, that's it. Lovely. Last 2. Last one. Next time you reach out, stay out. Lift those limbs up, up, up. Eye gaze up. Make it big for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Little shimmy, little shake. Thread the needle to finish, please. Let's get that upper body stretched. So hand closest to the screen is going to lift up, look up, reach up to the ceiling. And then I'd like you to thread it through the hand and the knee that is on the mat. See if you can push to the wall that's to your side as much as possible, and maybe, just maybe, the shoulder and the ear start to come down towards the mat. Retrace your steps, take those fingertips high to the sky, look up, open up the side of your t-shirt, And then thread it through the cave of your hand and your arm. Push your fingertips to the wall and see if you can get your shoulder and ear down. 2 more. Reach up, lift up, look up. Thread it all the way under, get low. Amazing. Last one, let's go for it. Lovely. When you've finished with that side, come through the middle, take it straight across. So it's now the hand furthest from the camera. It's going to reach up to the ceiling as you open up your t-shirt, and then it's going to thread through the gap that your arm and knee have created. Reach up, look up, lift up, and then thread it through the space. Let's go for 3 more. Yeah, so as you're at the bottom, really try and find the most out of the shape. Like keep reaching the fingertips as you go under. Beautiful. 2. Last one. Well done, everybody. I hope you had a little bit of fun. There was some positions in there that aren't necessarily always comfortable. And I want to highlight that comfort is something that we strongly stress in prenatal people. It's something that we stress always in our group classes as well. But something that Shaman taught me is that there are favourable and unfavourable body parts, things that we like to work, things that we don't like to work. And I'm a little bit the same with positions, you know. If we always sit in things that are really super comfortable for us, we never really change or grow or experience those other things. So thank you for doing that with me, because I think sometimes it gets a bit gross, but I think that it's important sometimes to experiment with those.